Asian business owners in the U.S. are in full panic mode as the boycott on many Asian businesses have started to gain momentum.
I would like to thank the Black people who have come forth and stated how useless it is to boycott all Asian businesses just because of one incident.
First of all, the divide and conquer tactics won't work. And what's useless is spending decades helping and supporting a community of people that have never helped and supported you or your businesses.
We are not all the same. We are not all one culture. We are not our parents' generation. We are not going to call for a boycott of all Black owned businesses after a Black on Asian crime.
And even though you say you're not one people, you all act in unison, behaving in the same manner, having the same patterns, and doing the same thing. Some representatives from each of your groups have gotten together and created these rules of engagement where you've decided not to do business with us and shut us out of businesses while we will be forced to do business with you.
At least you're not going to see me doing that. And by the way, we don't claim this guy. No, we need to be focused on other things. We need to come together because I promise you it's a bit sus that this case received all this attention.
I kind of think it's a bit suspect that after we've dealt with this for so many decades that finally we get fed up and now the talk of unity is there when we've been shut out of all of these industries that are basically built off of black women and black men. And no one from the Asian community ever stepped up and told their people that, hey, we're doing wrong by shutting these people out of their industry. If they're spending all this money, they should be controlling some of this industry that is built off of them and their culture. Everything that we're selling to them is something that comes directly from them. They just have no way of producing it themselves because they don't control the textiles or the raw materials or the raw goods, but we do. And we refuse to allow them a foothold into any of these industries because we control it and will dictate what black people get to sell to themselves. And why were there no good Asians who came forth and offered blacks a piece of these industries that exist solely off of blacks and black culture?
And went viral seemingly overnight. Back in 2023, when the incident happened, this was not on our radars. Now in 2026, when racial tension in this country is at an all-time high, now we hear about this all of a sudden. It's being covered by every single major news outlets who are run by the ones at the very, very top.
And this may not have been on your radar because it was of no concern or no care because your community wasn't harmed by this. And now that it's trial time, of course the media is going to cover it because it's a big trial. Everyone wanted to see what the outcome would be. Would Asians get away with the same crimes that racist whites have gotten away with, the exact same crime? And now we as blacks have gotten our answer. And now we know how to proceed going forward. These things cannot be undone. You can't unsee what you've seen.
Don't get me wrong, we should talk about these things. They are important. But I think it's time to talk more about unity because things seem like they're devolving into a race war.
And now, see, this is the second Asian man that I've covered who has said this same thing. So it's seeming a little bit prevalent in the Asian community that you're viewing blacks boycotting businesses of Asians that hurt us as a race war when we have not raised a hand or a weapon to you. But it seems that you're planning, or it's in your mind that that's where this is leading to, but that's not what this is about, is it? Are these the things that are being discussed behind our backs in Asian communities? Because this is the second time that I've heard this. And how can you utter unity and race war in the same breath?
You're curious about my thoughts on the case because I've been away for about 2 weeks and I'm just coming back now. I don't know what to say. It is tragic. A kid lost his life. It is tragic. We do not have footage of the climax of the situation.
And it is tragic that a 14-year-old young black boy has lost his life senselessly. And there are some that believe that Rick Choi is not the actual shooter, that his son is the actual shooter. I believe more scrutiny should be put on the son of Rick and not just on Rick. There should be. I wonder if there's evidence of GSR on if both of them were tested for gunshot residue, or was anything actually done in this case properly.
Everybody has a counterpoint to every point from both sides. I will just say there was no need to chase that kid out of the store. It doesn't matter where you stand. You can say it looked suspicious. Maybe they were fed up at that point, whatever. My bottom line is there was no need to chase that kid 100 yards, over 100 yards, in a situation where you brought a weapon with you just in case. And if you somehow were to know that Rick chased him out of racial prejudice, I promise you, not a single Asian on this planet would be surprised.
And that statement there says a lot about the Asian community, because if you're not surprised, then you know that that sentiment exists. And that means that if it exists and no one's surprised, that means that the sentiment against blacks by Asians is very prevalent. So what are we discussing this unity thing for when you guys have a lot of work to do on your end to get rid of the biases that you have against black people? Wouldn't you have to get rid of your own prejudices before you can have unity with the people that you're prejudiced against? It's like that makes no sense. Like, you have to get rid of the problem before you sit down with the people that you hurt and try to iron things out, because all you'll do is revert back to the same behavior when those people are not around anymore.
Those are my thoughts. I'm happy to be back, guys. I do think these are important discussions to have, but I think also at this point, maybe we're kind of losing the plot a little bit. Let's push for more unity going forward. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good, but we've always been unified with Asians. Asians have never been unified with blacks. It's a strange thing to have people gaslight you as though that they've always been in attempts to even unify, as though they always have been in community with you. And it's a weird thing. It's I struggle to understand the mind of the wicked, but whatever. Get in the comments.